Right, welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to start the process of converting this big old bulky road trunk flight case. It's really old, I don't know the history of it, I've had it for a number of years just storing stuff. But it's a bit tricky to manoeuvre around because it's got no casters on it. Casters are missing, the base is a bit trashed. Right, so what I'm going to do is probably sandwich some wood on there, pop some casters on and bolt them in. So let's go caster shopping. Cheeky bastard nicking grit. Right, here we are at the hardware suppliers, and these are casters, various sizes. I'm going to go for the 100mm casters. Now I've got choice of swivel ones, or there's rigid ones, or ones with brakes. So I'm going to pick them up, pop them in the basket. So I've got the casters. I have 2 with brakes and 2 without. You'll need some bolts. They look like they will take an 8mm bolt. So let's go find the bolts. Okay, we're back at the workshop. So, like I said at the suppliers, picked up some casters. I've got 2 they're all swivel casters, 2 without brakes, 2 with brakes. I thought that'd be handy to have brakes on this thing. I got some bolts. Unfortunately, they only had 100mm bolts, so I'll have to cut them down. And the bolts came with nuts. I could have gone to another supplier's and got the correct size bolts and probably some nylon nuts as well, which would be better, but it'll work for what I need. I got some washers as well, some M8 washers. Annoyingly, I need 16 bolts and they come in packs of 15. So I've got another pack of bolts, so they'll come in handy unless I decide to put just 2 bolts per caster. Now, as you can see, the bottom of this flight case is a bit trash, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some timber, well, it's going to be MDF actually, on the outside and some on the inside, and then I'm going to sandwich on a bolt on the caster and sandwich on these bits of wood, so just make it really strong because these are really trashed. You can see where the casters have been in the past and it's just had some hammer. So I'm going to make it out of this here black MDF, which I got for free from my timber yard, and I'm using this because it's free. All I have to do is cut it down with my Makita track saw, and I think there's probably a bit of moisture resistance on this as well, and there's some plastic film, so I'll leave that on just to help with the moisture as well. So I'm going to rip that down and cut it to length with my saw. So let's get chopping. pieces. So I've stacked all the pieces, I'm going to cut them to length. Okay, so I've got the first piece of MDF cut, and eventually it's going to look something like that. But what I need to do is secure these in place so I can drill the holes through. It's a bit tricky to do so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on the inside of the cabinet and I'm going to drill a screw through, and it's going to pop through here, so then I can drill back further and screw it in. That's going to hold on the inside. I'm just going to screw through and sandwich that from the outside to the in, and then drill the bolts through, and that'll just tie everything in together. Okay, I've pulled off the inner foam, got rid of the debris, cleaned up the holes a little bit. I've got my battens in place. I'm going to screw these screws straight through the battens, through the bottom of the case, and when the screws pierce through the other side, I know they'll be held in place, and I'll screw back from the bottom and hold these in place, and I can sandwich in the other piece, put the bolts on, put the casters on. Okay, so they've gone through. Just to note, I've put some bearers on the floor to stop the screws hitting the concrete floor. So I'm going to bob in 4 screws, and then I can retract those ones and put the bottom piece on. Okay, so I've put the case upside down now. I've got the battens on the inside fastened with the screws that I've popped through. Now I'm going to do the sandwiching part. Now pilot hold this piece. I'm using 40mm screws. I've got an 18mm MDF on the other side, 18mm MDF, and it's approximately about 10mm board. I think it's probably 8 or 9mm. So I'm going to screw these through. They should hold in place. Right, that's held nicely. So the next step is to position the casters. Now I'm going to put the casters with the brakes on at the front. This is the front of and the ones without at the back. So I'm going to drill the holes and bolt them on. Okay, so to start off, all I'm going to do is use a smaller drill and just mark the hole position. So I've got myself a 10mm bit to drill out the main holes to receive the bolts. Okay, they're all drilled. I've opened up the holes a little bit. Let's get the casters on. Back on its side. So I'm going to pop a washer on the bolt. Pop this bolt through. First bolt. Booms. And locate it with another nut and a washer. In fact, I'll put 2 through. Okay. So, got another couple of nuts and a couple of washers. neighbours getting rid of the bottles. Just go grab a spinner. Right, so I'll nip it up. Right, I've got all the forecasters on. I've got the bolts through, but as you can see, casters won't turn. They'll turn. So I'm going to cut these bad boys down with a grinder. I haven't got a cutting bit, so you're going to cut them with a grinding disc. You've got to be very careful with this. So let's get these bolts cut. That's them all cut. I think this is job done. Let's do some little. Let's have a little look at it. Right, it's made. Here it is. It's my mobile chest. Flightcase trunk. Now it's the right bit of kit. Now I'm probably going to use it for storing some stuff in here. I could use it for the band, put gear in, but it's just be impossible to lift in and out of the van. This is a probably full-on professional setup if you've got ramps into a van. I may flog it in the future. Like I said, I got this given for free, and it cost me about 30 quid in hardware, and it's made it a really useful bit of kit. Other uses I could use for it is maybe use it as a gimp box. So somebody like maybe Bill Gates, I could pop him in here, say, hey Bill, get in the box, Bill. You know, just keep those globalist oligarchs at bay. But anyway, yeah, I can use this now and store stuff in when I need to clear a bit of space to do some projects. I can just wheel it out. I can also use it for a base of my saw, and it's got brakes on it. So, boom, the brakes are on, and it's nice and solid. That's pretty cool. Quite pleased with that. 30 quid. Usable storage box. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please join me on the next one. If you liked it, please be gentle with that like button. Just press it gently. But please like the videos, subscribe to the channel, and if you like this content, please comment below. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.